What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Mike Dyack. I am a master plumber and HVAC contractor in the states of Florida, South Carolina, and New York. And today we are taking out a fairly new, fairly young Burnham gas-fired steam boiler. It's really unfortunate because this boiler could have had at least another 10-15 years of life to it. But when you factor in certain key components which simplifies homeowners and the boiler operators' life, let's just say left unchecked, it will kill your boiler. Don't know what I'm talking about? Check out this video of a full replacement installation of the US boiler Burnham SteamMax 125. Let's go! What's up? Oh, push. No, the other strap. Oh. Oh.
Reached the end.
What?
You reached the end.
I've reached the end. Uh-oh. Don't you beep at me, buddy. Oh, come on. It was plugged in all night. You gotta be kidding me. This thing's gonna be in the way. I already know it. Nope. Thing's fucking dead. Are you kidding me? It was plugged in all night.
1 hour later.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got this Burnham S-I-N. I think it's a 6. No, it's a 5. 140,000 BTU gross input gas-fired steam boiler. We have a single steam main leaving the boiler. It's already empty, Daniel. At least he said it was empty. Picking up a 2-inch and 1.5-inch steam main off the top of this 4-inch header that obviously they left in. We're going to essentially be cutting down from here and repiping everything, including a properly sized equalizer, which should not be less than 1 pipe size smaller than the header leaving the boiler. We want to have equal pressure on both sides. Hartford Loop will probably be raised up a little bit. It's a little low. It's probably about almost the bottom of that sight glass. And last but not least, we do have that connection right there. We're gonna have to fix that up. That 1.25 copper going into that male adapter. It's got looks like a fern coat clamp on it. We're gonna be fixing that as well. Let's turn up the switch at the top of the basement stairs and get the show on the road. All right, the steam header piping is disconnected from the top of the boiler to the 2-inch, which we secured with some band iron. Otherwise, there was nothing really holding us up other than that support hanger right there. And this 1.5 inches is being held up by centuries old wood. Look at that. The exhaust is gone. We're going to be able to show you. Oh, there it is.
The hole?
Yeah, right there. Wow. Anything else? Yeah, just that one right there. Looks like. We're going to split this section. Wow, look at that. We're going to be splitting the sections apart. And you'll see that I have the electric disconnected. I believe this is neutral. This should be hot. The 2 blue wires was our power going to our transformer on the boiler. And that brown wire in there, well, I'm pretty sure that's thermostat, which goes to the thermostat relay right there. Now, the number one cause for premature boiler failure is the frequent addition of fresh oxygenated water. Water that's being replenished because it's being lost. Think about it. If you have a 5-gallon bucket of water and it disappears every day and it's not evaporation because you're not in the desert, you didn't drink it all, where did all that water go? Right? On a steam heating system, you could have a leak in the return. If it's underground, you'll have a leak in that wet return. You'll never know it's there. Our wet return here is above ground. Some of it's been replaced with copper. The others have been still in the original steel piping. You can also have, you should use a sawzall. And you're going to want to cut. You're going to want to cut there first. Separate this. Otherwise, you're going to have way too much weight and you're going to break that T over there. All right? So once you start, we're going to need a bucket of some sort or a vacuum, because when you cut that wet return over here, you're going to have water in that wet return. There's no drain of that now.
I have a bucket right here.
It's not going to be, it's too tall. So if your steam radiator air valves are hissing continuously, yes, you are humidifying your home, but you also are causing water loss in that heating system. And that fresh oxygenated water will slowly cut a hole above the water line in your steam heating system. Food for thought, folks. Food for thought. This boiler is not that old. This boiler is from the 2000s, 2007. In August of 2007, this boiler was proudly made in Pennsylvania, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, by the Burnham Hydronics Corporation, a subsidiary of U.S. Boiler. It is 37 past the hour here. I'll keep you updated as we go along. Oh, I'm sorry, Howell. Oh, man. You got a vacuum. Why kill the towel? You got a vacuum there. Oh, if he vacuums up fast enough, he'll be all right. Oh, see? Now you kill the towel. Nice towel that we're gonna
End up killing anyway.
Yeah, but you could avoid, postpone the killing of towel. You know that old Polish joke?
No. Got a light bulb or?
Or taking the switch cover off? How many Polacks does it take to take a switch cover off? Two guys standing around, look at them.
I worked in heavy construction, so I know.
You know about Poles?
With guys with white hats standing around watching one guy with a shovel in the hole.
I hear you. Fire in the hole. All right, we have that wet return disconnected. We're gonna do something about this shortly. Just want to get the boiler out of the way and have some more room to think. But that 1.25 inches is leaking, and I haven't decided how I'm gonna do that yet. But I have everything I need to make a repair there and fix that copper, or redo it all in its entirety. Haven't figured that out yet, but we'll get to that soon. As soon as these pole locks are done.
Watch out.
Wow, I try to cut all the wire at once. A la peanut butter sandwiches. All right, what's holding this in? I think there's something holding this in. There's one more screw here. There's a screw there. And then we can take that cover off, put it off to the side, and I can show you the inside of the top of the heat exchanger, the cast iron that's disintegrated. There she is, right there, the leftmost section. Yep.
Seems like it's usually on like the outside section.
Yeah, sometimes. All right, we'll take it off the base. We'll break up the sections. And then we'll get the new unit down here once we clean up. Retention rod number 1. Retention rod number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Derek, slowly bring up all the garbage. Bring up the metal first, right? And don't leak anything on the behind the truck on the driveway, right?
On the driveway?
Well, we're gonna put it in the truck as soon as we take the stuff out of the truck, but don't put it in a way that we're gonna have to move it again to get in and out of the truck until we load it up. Get rid of the pile of garbage, and then as we break this up, we will bring it outside. All right, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. The boiler is gone. Right now we're doing a cleanup. You want to take extra care in doing cleanup at this point because when there is sludge and wet on the floor, you're just going to track it everywhere. So it's best to clean it up now before we start bringing all the new equipment down, the material, the parts. I brought down some material to help us manually manhandle the block on top of the combustion chamber. Good old towel. Maybe we'll bring that to the cleaner and piss them off at the laundromat. But Derek's working on the mess that we made on the stairs. Well, at least I thought he was. Be careful where you step, sir, because I don't want to clean up more than what's necessary. All right, there she is again, plugged in because the battery on this thing I've used maybe a dozen times is kaput. Very disappointing for a $4,000 electric forklift. I mean, electric forklift, electric hand truck. Here's all the debris from the old system, the combustion chamber, all the piping, standing pilot gas valve. All right, folks, we're going to manhandle that. We're going to need the regular appliance hand truck. We're going to need some straps and some muscle grease, elbow grease, some muscles. We're going to put that piece of cardboard, we're going to cut it to size and put it at the top of these stairs.
No one's dead. Look at that.
All right, I forgot. It's the wrong size. I gotta bring it back upstairs, folks. Thank you, sir, Mr. Homeowner.
Okay.
We're gonna charge you $1.250 for that help.
Okay. I haven't told you how much the strap costs yet.
All right. All right, before we start setting this boiler and building it out, we gotta deal with this mess over here. I used a sledgehammer and we smashed out that 1.25 inch steam tee. We're gonna rebuild that. Daniel has a new 1.25 inch steam tee there. We're gonna cut back that 1.25 inch. We're gonna use a press and we're gonna put a piece of copper there with a coupling, sorry. But for now, we're gonna get that nipple out. It's probably been there forever. But when you use your head,
Everything comes down there.
when you use your head, it's all about the leverage, folks. It's all about the leverage. So we're gonna put in a new 1.25 inch nipple in here. We're gonna PTFE tape it and dope it. Put a new nipple in there. You get the show on the road, but when I was smashing that, a little bit too long. When I was smashing that cast iron tee, all right, that nipple gave way. Not too shabby. Okay, I'm where I need to be.
Yeah, I feel like you can go a little more towards me.
Towards you?
Yeah, just a touch.
Okay. How's that?
That should be okay. I see.
Should probably tighten those up a little, maybe channel lock. And put the second bolt, a second nut is nice because when you go to take this thing apart, it'll stay there, hopefully. All right. Tighten this up. You all right, Daniel?
Yeah. There we go. Well, clean.
Yeah, they sure are. Well, in about 2 weeks, we'll do a Will McLean knockdown. Imagine Derek in like the Steam Fitters Union. I know, you laugh now. Wait till you get home. Not too shabby. 10:35. Can you believe that?
What?
It's 10:35.
Late or early, you think?
Well, listen, if it wasn't a knockdown boiler, we would be majority piped in. But we are almost done, though. Think about it. Let's slide this thing into place where our gas lines up where it needs to be. This looks crooked, by the way. I don't know why this looks crooked now, but oh, there you go. That was better.
Spin it the other way, so.
Well, let's see how it lines up. Let's... let's make sure our center of the flue is where we need to be. We need to go a little more to the left, and we can turn that. Whoa, 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 watch what you got. Come on, guys. Pay attention. Okay, I think that looks good. We could probably, you know, let's put that on there and see how that is. I like to go straight shot into that flue. Why is the battery missing out of this? Why are we stealing batteries? We don't have enough batteries in here. All right, Derek. The close nipple and the 90 on the Hartford Loop T. I painted myself into a corner. But with Daniel's little cheater wrench, we're making progress. Maybe I'll point it up. No, just joking. Come on, baby. Don't fail me now. Oh, come on. Why'd you lose your where you were? Almost. Yeah. There it is. Not the typical pace that we get things done here at Pipe Doctor. But I'm happy to report that this 2-inch Street 90, Derek hit that. It fell out of that T, that 2x1.5 MegaPress T, and that landed right on my big F toe. Yeah, and then Derek put his hand in the press machine and eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. I'm joking. I'm going to get a little creative here with that little bend. I'm gonna cut a piece to go there. That's gonna be our equalizer to the top of our Hartford Loop T. We got a little creative there with that replacement. We have an 1.25 nipple coming out of that existing 1.25 90. We have the 1.25 T going into a Vega 1.25 press by mail adapter with a new piece of copper there. And I show him over and over and over again how to cut it, but he's fighting against it when he pushes down on the piece he's cutting off. Yes, when your arms are tired.
it has for good nerves.
Oh. Anyway. 1.25 inch copper press coupling there. We came out of that tee with a 1.25 inch nipple, and then we have MegaPress. Do our Hartford Loop tee, and that 1.25 inch close. And the 90. Wow, with so much noise over here. You all right? Wow. What time did you go to sleep last night?
Kind of early.
Kind of early?
Oh, yeah.
Like what time?
12.
12? Oh. Yeah. That's early?
For him, I feel like.
Yeah, I think he was like...
It's like...
Yeah, I went to bed at 8:30.
Let's see. Sleep probably about like 10:30.
Yeah. Yeah. I woke up... First time I woke up, I go to bed at 10:30 because I drank a lot of water last night. No vodka.
When you wake up at like 4 a.m.?
I was up this morning at 5. At actually 4:15. I was like, oh yeah, another 2 hours of sleep. And then I woke up at 5:15, and I was like, all right, I'm just get up now and like get things done today. Yeah. All right. So this is gonna go there. We're gonna have to cut that back down a little bit, but we'll make it happen. So we're gonna get that in there. That's gonna go in there. That's the goal, at least. Okay. And then a little bit of pitch. And if we cut that back, that's all in there, yeah. Let's see. A little bit of pitch there. Put a mark right above, between the A and the 5. All right. And that's where we're gonna cut it. Between the A and the 5. Good old Diablo blade. El Diablo. Wow. Let's just stand back and look at that for a second. Wow. That looks, you know, say it tits. Why don't you start over there? Oh, looks like a little. Hold on a second. Hold on a second here. Much better. All right, Derek. Be pressing. This was 12.5. I ended up making it 13 3/4. Cutting twice, believe it or not. Keeping it real. You're gonna have the pipe in the way. Yeah, you are. You should admit it. Admit your faults, Beavis. Admit your faults. You know Beavis and Butthead, Derek?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Are you Beavis or are you Butthead?
Probably won't forget today.
Nah, today was fine. So Daniel, Derek and I did all of the steam piping. Oh, you done yet? No. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
Well, you're gonna say that you only did...
I didn't say anything, no. Daniel and I just said that Derek and I did all the steam piping. That's all. And you did everything else. Literally everything else. Okay. Grab me the relief valve. I'm going to spin that on there. Hopefully it clears. Put a little Teflon tape on there. Show you.
No, I know how to do it.
No, 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 no. I'm
No,
gonna no, I'm going to show you one more time. Okay? There that is. Don't be like certain like people that, you know, don't know how to learn or think they're too old to learn new tricks, right? See, look.
I know how to do it.
Away from you. Right? And apply pressure, and you want to count to 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then when you... See? Okay, we'll put that in there. And when you make the drip leg out of copper, and when you get a 3/4 inch short black nipple with a 3/4 inch 90, and we put the drain right here, pointing out, so the gentleman could easily fill up his bucket to drain the boiler partially once a month during the heating season, not only to test the low water cutoff, but to keep the bottom of the boiler clean, but also clean water will boil at 212 degrees. Do you think dirty water boils at the same temperature? I don't think so. Prove me wrong. Oh, too soon, is it?
What's too soon?
Prove me wrong.
What do you mean?
Oh, okay, you guys are out to lunch. All right, instead of the drain pointing towards the water heater and not being very user-friendly, we threw in a short 3/4 inch black nipple with a 90 and then the boiler drain on the other side. Derek's gonna put some Teflon tape on there and he's gonna put some dope on there and he's gonna put that on top of the T, that 3/4 by 1/2 inch T we have right there, where normally our equalizer would be in the other boiler drain. But that's going to be our automatic water feed and our manual feed line. We have a pre-cut piece of half inch black pipe. With a backflow preventer on there. That's going to be our domestic water going into the boiler. Daniel is doing low voltage wiring. We have line voltage ran to the junction box right there. We're going to wire that up. What's great about the SteamMax, except the knockdown boiler that we just installed, which worked out perfectly in our favor because getting this down the stairs would have been quite a challenge. But what's great about the SteamMax is everything is pre-wired and pre-assembled. The controls are on the side, the low water cutoff, the pressure control, all the wiring is done. They leave you the pigtail for thermostat, and you're good to go. Not too shabby, US boiler. Not too shabby. Now, this pipe coming out of the top of the boiler needs to be usually 18 inches. That's what the manufacturer recommends. I like to go as high as possible. And actually, I had it higher, but then we decided to push the boiler more against the back of the wall and make that the flue exhaust pipe, the 6-inch vent piping, as short as possible. Okay. That's what I wanted to do. So we pushed the boiler back and only used 190. And by doing that, now I was hitting the piping above there. So we cut that back shorter. But anyway, when this water inside the boiler is boiling and it's violently boiling, it's because in a confined space, like a pot on your stove, if you have the lid on it, it's going to push the lid out of the way. So that water is all the way up here, they're bubbling and boiling. So any water that makes its way past here is going to slowly drain, will drain back
and go into the return
through the equalizer, right? So anything that's leaving these two T's here is very dry steam. Well, you know, you're not going to have any water going into the two steam mains. You have the 2-inch going to the left of the house, the 1.5 inch going to the right of the house, but you're not going to have any of that going down. I'm not going to have any water going up into the piping, because it can.
Does
you know,
that
because
cause the problem? What causes the hammer?
Water being where it shouldn't be.
Water where it shouldn't. And
Yes.
that might be exactly what you're saying with the old.
It's possible. It's possible. So when the boiler is boiling water and it's generating steam, that steam is traveling around 35, 40 miles an hour, right? And if it has any stagnant water, like even a little bit in the fittings, like you might get a little bit there, but not really a lot. But when you have accumulation of water there, which is room temperature or 180, 212 degrees, there's a big difference of energy that's needed to turn water from a liquid into a vapor. But when that vapor steam, which is traveling 40 miles an hour, hits that stagnant water, the water violently explodes because it's expanding 40,000 times its mass.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure with the numbers. I think it's 40,000 times its mass. And when that happens, it violently explodes. And where's it going to go? It sends a shock wave through the piping. So it kind of feels like you're taking a pipe wrench and you're smashing the piping. And it will withstand because, listen, it's hardcore piping. Like, you don't see this anymore. You're not moving this stuff.
Yeah.
I move it a little bit because you have a little bit of deflection to make sure I have a nice pitch. When I had an 8-foot piece of 2-inch pipe here into here to push this down by pushing all this down. Because when you press that together with, I think it's 40,000 pounds of force.
I never saw these before.
Yeah, they don't. Well, and you probably won't see them that often either because they're very expensive.
Yeah.
But it allows us to have a little more flexibility and ease of putting the job together. I spent many years threading pipe, by machine,
right.
and putting a 90 here, another nipple, another 90, another nipple, another 90, another nipple, and then a T, and then tightening that up with a 24 and a 36-inch pipe wrench, holding back, on the 36, tightening with the 20 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, and then hopefully everything lines up. Then you have to wiggle things around or what have you. But it's, I don't miss it. I still have some original cast iron fittings, but I still use it. Like you'll see there, coming out of the boiler. I just happen to like it. And I think it looks cleaner, and it gives me a much more shorter profile,
Definitely does.
especially on my Hartford Loop tee, because if I use they're gone already, but if I use a 2 by 1.25 inch MegaPress tee, and then I put that Street 90 in there, I have a gap like that, where I need to be as short as possible. That's why you put a close or a shoulder nipple between the tee, the outlet of the tee on the 1.25 inch side, going into that 90. It's very short. When Derek is finished with the drip leg on the relief valve on the 15 psi relief valve, you'll see that. But we ended up replacing all that stuff down there, which
I saw. Yeah.
Crank it all the way up.
the Meta glasses by Ray-Ban. The battery's dead. We got a lot of content here. Derek, you good? Yeah. Okay.
What do you like better? Steam boilers or air conditioners? Air conditioners.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You can go to Florida for the winter.
They pay shit though.
Yeah, no shit.
I was thinking about doing that until I found out.
Those half-inch jaw.
What are you pressing in? Oh, that. Okay. But why don't you press in? That's a 1/2 inch jaw. But how are you going to press? Why don't you press that in first, and then you press it in the thing on the, yeah. Otherwise, you're going to paint yourself into a corner. All right. The homeowner's turning on the thermostat. Power's applied. Is our low water cutoff illuminated?
It's not.
It's not. Okay. Well. Well, we're just waiting for system to turn on.
Yeah, it's brand new, the water heater.
Yeah. So we threw some insulation here on the 2-inch header piping, leaving the boiler and the equalizer. And I just want to show you a difference. I have a thermal imaging camera right here, right? And so here is a piece of insulation, which is reading 81 degrees. There's the steam pipe, which is 125 degrees.
Okay.
Sorry, this was, no, 97, sorry. 97 and 118, this is the equalizer. Let's go right here. This one is 120 and change. And the insulated part, 134. And this right here is 90.
Okay.
All right, so here's the pipe leaving the top of the boiler, 91.
Yeah.
That first steam, wow, look at that, 142. You could tell by, if you want to see the picture here.
Oh boy.
Yeah, play with that.
Yeah.
Just don't drop it.
Oh, I bought it. Wow.
So that is called a thermal imaging camera. It shows you temperature in a picture.
Yeah.
The boiler just turned off.
Wow, that really is vivid, isn't it?
Yeah. But it shows you the difference. It shows you
Yeah.
what you're wasting,
Yeah.
which is radiating off uninsulated piping. And yes, we could get the fittings. They make 90. Just put it all back together and we'll deal with it later. It's We can order 90s and what we call the T's here. They make them. There's insulation you shove in there, and we can get 1.5-inch piping. But if you were to insulate the rest of the exposed 2-inch piping, you'll save some money. Seriously, the initial expense is a little expensive. This stuff is not cheap, but if you insulate, you have another like 20 feet of piping here. You'll save in the first season easily.
Can I use this? It's too hot.
You can't use Armorflex or copper pipe insulation because it will melt. This is fiberglass steam pipe insulation, hence the fiberglass there. This will melt on it.
I got you.
Yeah, kind of
Does
like.
this have to be?
We're gonna take that out because that was temporarily supporting up that line when we were cutting out the piping in the boiler.
Oh, this is great. I love this.
Yeah, not too shabby.
This is like when they show the sniper, you know, with looking for.
When they're looking for the heat, the body heat, yeah. There's a binder that we have. All the paperwork that came with the boiler is in that binder. Everything. It's got the date on there, who installed it, all that good stuff. So the installation manual, the service manual, all the tags that came with the boiler. But most importantly, that white tag, that's the printout for the combustion test that we did. That validates and proves that today's date, your boiler's good. This is the tag for your main water valve. If you want to put that on there, it's fine. But the 4 valves that we were nearby, we put them on there. So and also, in case you're not home, I don't know if your wife knows where the main water valve is, but they're all valve tags now. So if in the event of an emergency, turn that off, and you'll know what to close, and you're good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do a quick rundown here of the components and controls that you see. Starting from the top for domestic water, we reuse the existing WFE 24, the Unimatch, the universal water feeder made by McDonald Miller. This is the bypass. This is the shutoff valve for the automatic feed side of it. We used a couple press 90s here, nipple, male adapter, check valve, a piece of 1/2-inch black pipe going into a 3/4 by 1/2-inch black T with a full 3/4 full port drain. The nipple going into the left side of the boiler. They gave Burnham supplied that 2 by 3/4 inch reducing bushing. Here's our sight glass, our low water cutoff, which I wish Daniel didn't put in that orientation. It would have been nice if he pointed it towards the other way, because the lights are on the other way. We have a another 2 by 3. Is that a 2-inch? No, it's 1.5 inches. No, it's 2-inch. 2 by 3/4 reducing bushing, U.S. boiler supplied. These are also supplied by a U.S. boiler. The T, the bushing, pressure gauge, pressure troll, pigtail. Under the hood, we have our thermostat relay, 24-volt transformer, intermittent pilot ignition valve. We have our electronic ignition valve here as well. Now, we do not have a rollout switch here. It's a different kind of setup. And we do have a spill switch in the back and an automatic vent damper for optimal efficiency. Skim tap port and our 15 PSI relief valve with drip leg going to 6 inches off the floor. If you need a new steam boiler, pick up the phone, give us a call, 516-348-6300. It's been a pleasure. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button and hit that notification bell to get post notifications when I drop a video, which is just about every single day for the past about 8 years or so. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the video. It is 2:15. I took a walk 1 house off the Atlantic Ocean here on the South Shore of Long Island. Beautiful, glorious day. I'm filthy, but I did wash up pretty good, and I'm happy that we're heading back to the shop now, but I just wanted to take a quick peek at the ocean. We got some people hanging out in the water there, a lot of people sunbathing over there, but it's a beautiful day here in New York, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, you got anything out of it, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up, and notification bell to get post notifications when I drop a video. Until next time, be well, God bless, stay safe.